I'm going to talk about how we can mount injection pump of Cummins, rotary pump of Cummins. That is what we are going to talk about now. The first thing you need to do is to turn your engine. If you turn your engine, your number one rocker arm, your number one, two of them will be closed. Your number one will be closed, two valves will be closed, while your number four, the two valves will be opened. That means if you turn your push rod of your number one, two of them will free. But if you turn the push rod of your number four, two of them will be a bit tight. That is to tell you that your engine is in TDC. Now, another thing you can do is to make sure that your piston is filled up, is full, it's on TDC position. How can you know? You can just remove the nozzle number one and put something there to make sure that your piston is full. Then what are you going to do? You go to your injection. For your injection, what do you need there? You want to make sure that your number one, you can see from your pipe here, from your pressure pipe, your number one is about to inject. Your number one is about to inject here. So you want to make sure that your number one is about to inject. And this injector has solenoid. It has solenoid. So you can see I want to turn now. Do you know why I'm turning? I'm turning so that I want to make sure that my number one is about to inject. It must not inject. If it injects, your engine might give you a little bit hard starting. It's about to inject. What you can do is that as soon as the number one inject, you can just turn it backward a bit so that it will give you about to inject. But it's not coming out now because of my solenoid. So now I want to remove my solenoid. If I remove my solenoid there, then I can put diesel through that place. If I put diesel through that place, that will help me to fill up the place and turn so that I can actually know when my injection number one is about to inject. Remember, before now, I've already fixed I'll turn my engine to make sure that my valves, both intake and exhaust of number one, are closed, in closed position, and my intake and exhaust of my number four are opened. If it's 6-cylinder too, the same thing, your number one and 6. Now I want to turn the engine, but before I want to turn the injection pump. But you can see it's a rotary type. Before then, you can see me, I want to put diesel there. So I want to fill it with diesel so that I can turn the injection pump to see when it is about to inject. Now I'm filling it with, you can see, just filling with diesel like that. As you fill it with diesel, then you can use the 22 bolt that lock your injection pump with your timing gear. You can use it to turn with 22 spanner. You can use it to turn. As it turns, the injection will surely, you will know when it is about to eject. When it is about to inject, I mean your number one, when it's about to inject. From your injection pipes or pressure pipes, you can know your number one. Now you want to know when the number one is, see, I'm turning now. I want to know when my number one is about to inject. So after the number one has injected, I can turn my injection pump backward a little bit so that it will give me about to. All I need is about to. I'm using a layman or common language for all of us to understand. That is why I'm using about to. So you can see I'm turning now so that all of them are ejecting, but I'm concentrating on my number one. I want to see when my number one is about to inject. As soon as I got when number one is about to inject, I'm good to mount my injection. Remember, you can see that's now I've mounted my injection pump. I'm mounting it to the engine, that it is filled by 2 bolts. You can see under that bolt there's another bolt downward. There's another bolt under the bolt I'm using to fix it to the engine. That bolt is the bolt I used to lock my shaft. After as I've gotten about to, I lock it so that it will not turn backward or forward. But before I start the engine, I must loose that bolt. I must slack it a bit. You not totally remove it, but you slack it a bit so that it will not hold the shaft. I use it to hold the shaft so that the shaft will not turn away from my setting. So, you know, I put the keyway, I put the key there so that it will not turn. So now, by the time I lose that bolt, I slack the bolt a bit, my timing will still be there. So with this, you are good to go. It is me, Mr. Engine. This is how I teach everything about this engine. This is 4-cylinder Cummins inside the air compressor, and I'm telling you, this engine is going to start on one hand. You can apply it to other cylinder. See you in my next video.